There we go. Hi, everybody. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Today is Sunday, February the 17th, 2019. Welcome to LCJ Live. A little technical difficulties there. Glad you're with us here on this Valentine's Day weekend, President's Day weekend before the Academy Awards, LCJ Movie Awards weekend. We got a lot to do today on the show. Coming up, we'll talk box office. Happy birthday, Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done. That's why I got Mater here. One of the best Pixar characters of all time. I don't care what you say. Mater is awesome. Larry the Cable Guy is awesome. I've interviewed him 3 times. Met him in person a couple times. He is so funny. He is so great. Happy birthday, Larry the Cable Guy. We got a lot to do because LCJ Movie Awards is tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. I am giving out the awards for motion pictures for 2018, and there have been a lot of great movies and a lot of great performances, but what were the best of the best? I have the final say before the Independent Spirit Awards and the Academy Awards next weekend. So 7 p.m. Eastern tonight is the 2019 LCJ Movie Awards. Bob Hall says, I'm predicting a Mary Poppins LCJ Awards cleanup. It does lead the nominations with 15. We'll see how many it wins. I will say this, it will not win every single award. I guarantee you it does not win every single award, but we will see what happens tonight. Larry rocks, says Brett Harity. Yes, Larry the Cable Guy does rock. He is so cool. I'm going to put up the interview again in a little bit. If you look it up on Google, my Larry the Cable Guy interview, the first one I did from 2010, Jeff Foxworthy and Bill Engvall show up. I had no idea they were going to do that. They come in as Larry and I are about to start talking, and it is so funny. One of my favorite interview moments yet in my career. You got to watch that. My interview with Larry the Cable Guy. I'll be putting it out again in just a little bit. We are 1 week away from the Academy Awards, and I put this out last night on social media. So, Jimmy Kimmel is off this week. Now, Jimmy Kimmel hosted the previous 2 years and obviously took a week off from his show to prepare for the Academy Awards. But this will be the first time that Jimmy Kimmel has taken a week off of his show the week before the Oscars and not hosted, but he's also not doing a post-Oscars show, which he used to do. So here's the question I'm posing for the heck of it. Could Jimmy Kimmel actually secretly be hosting the Oscars or doing a major portion of the Academy Awards this year? Or is he just taking a well-deserved break? At this point, with the mayhem and the craziness and the unpredictable factor of the Academy Awards, anything could happen. So I honestly believe there is a 2% chance that Jimmy Kimmel is completely hosting the Oscars secretly as a surprise. Or there's a little stronger chance that he's at least going to come out, maybe do a monologue, maybe present a category as a surprise. What do you guys think about that? Jimmy Kimmel may secretly be involved in this year's Academy Awards. I'm thinking there's a chance. Bob Hall, can't wait for the Roger Ebert Actor of the Year Award presentation. Yes, who will win tonight's Roger Ebert Actor of the Year Award? I'm going to say it's a good choice. I like the choice I made. So I hope you do as well. Epic Prediction says Shellfish Beach for my Jimmy Kimmel prediction. Yes. But look, at this point, the Academy is now doing all 24 categories live, and they've changed so much over the years. Over this year, this award season has just been unbelievable. What a roller coaster. The Kevin Hart situation, the popular film situation, the presenters. I'm missing 3 or 4 things. It's just been ridiculous. I love Jimmy so much. 2% chance, says Brett Harity. Hope you're right, though. Yeah, maybe Jimmy Kimmel comes out at the beginning. I want to place that bet right now that Jimmy Kimmel comes out right after Queen to open the Academy Awards. Jackson, you should host. Hey, hosting the LCJ Awards. Step up. Next step, Academy Awards. I'm predicting a Best Picture tie between Green Book and Roma, says Bob Hall. Whoo! Green Book, Roma tie? Last year I predicted a tie between Gary Oldman and Daniel Day-Lewis. But I said if you're doing your ballot, you're going to pick one, you're going to pick Gary Oldman. I predicted a tie last year. I'm glad I predicted a tie. I am not going to predict a tie between Roma and Green Book. I'm going to be making my predictions this week on several different outlets, including WAMC Radio this Friday at 11:30 a.m., also on Chit Chat Cafe Radio on Thursday night, and some other places later this week. But right here next Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to go through all 24 categories, all 24 picks, live with you right here on LCJ Live. Jimmy Fallon should host, says Brett Harity. It's never really going to happen because the Academy Awards is on ABC for right now, and the Golden Globes on NBC. Fallon is NBC. He did the Globes a few years ago, if you remember that. I don't see Fallon ever hosting the Academy Awards unless some major things change. But yeah, next Sunday right here, have your ballots ready. I'm going to go through all 24 picks. I have locked them in. I am taking some risks. There are still some categories that I'm considering changing, but I'm not gonna. I do think supporting actress is wide open. It could go to Regina or Rachel or Amy Adams. Any of the three could win. I think Amy Adams is still legitimately in this. Lead actress, Glenn Close may not be the lock we think. Could go to Olivia Colman. Or if that vote splits, how about Gaga? Woo! Wouldn't that be unbelievable if Lady Gaga wins song and lead actress? We'll have to see what happens. So, let's talk box office, though, before we get back into the Academy Awards mayhem. Alita Battle Angels, your number one movie, $27.8 million, $36.5 million since it opened up earlier in the week. Saw Alita. Think it's very basic. I think it's too basic, and it's too bad. I like some of the look of the movie. The romance angle's okay. Just, it felt like a tedious experience for me watching this film. It doesn't have a whole lot to say because it combines so many sci-fi movies, including Ready Player One. It actually feels like a direct knockoff of Ready Player One, which came out almost a year ago. Yeah, because of the too much in the similarities, not a huge fan of Alita, though it is your number one movie. Gaga, yes, says Shellfish Beach for lead actress. We'll have to see. Lego Movie 2 in second, $21.2 million. In third, Isn't It Romantic? The new Rebel Wilson rom-com, $14.2 million Friday through Sunday. Since it opened up on Wednesday, a little more than $20 million. This is the first movie Rebel Wilson has ever gotten top billing for. She's good in the film. The problem I have is that a lot of the humor, it's a PG-13 rom-com that attacks PG-13 rom-coms, but it doesn't deliver exactly what it promises based on where the story goes, and it's a little obvious. A lot of the jabs are very obvious. It's an 88-minute movie. It could have gone much deeper into things, but for the 16 to 29-year-old women who eat these rom-coms up, they're going to love it. This will be on Freeform in 2 years, and it's going to be watched over and over and over again because it follows the formula, even though it's supposed to be satirical about the rom-com formula. So a little mishmash there. But I think she's good. She and Adam Devine have great chemistry because they were in the Pitch Perfect movies together. Very good casting choice. Priyanka Chopra, Liam Hemsworth, also clearly having some fun. If you're into this sort of thing, you'll enjoy it enough. I was expecting a little bit more. So Isn't It Romantic is a mild success right now for Warner Brothers. What Men Want in fourth. Happy Death Day to You in fifth. Here's the thing about Happy Death Day to You. This first Happy Death Day came out October of 2017. Huge hit for Universal around Halloween and Friday the 13th. But putting it out on Valentine's Day, it didn't work. It didn't work. A lot of the young people went to see Isn't It Romantic instead. Yeah, it's the same story over and over again. A story about a day that goes over and over again like Groundhog Day. Just 9.8 million, 13.5 in the 5 day. They are not happy right now. We always have a bunch of comfort food. I'm thinking pot roast, macaroni and cheese, and a nice salad, says Popcorn Picks for the Academy Awards. Yeah, I usually have some Oscar cookies shaped like an Academy Award and some other goodies during the show. I'll see what happens. We still got a long way to go. This is going to be quite a week because you've got How to Train Your Dragon opening up, people making their Oscar predictions, some surprises I'm sure TMZ will uncover of who's presenting at the Oscars later this week. The Independent Spirit Awards are Saturday. There's a lot to do before we are back here next Sunday talking about the Academy Awards. When you're hosting the Oscars one day, please don't forget us, the true LCJ fan, says Bob Hall. Thank you, Bob Hall. I'll never forget anybody. I'm hosting the LCJ Movie Awards tonight, though. You gotta watch, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be putting the link right up on social media right at 7. It's a good show. Definitely some surprises. Surprise guest. A lot of fun stuff happening with tonight's LCJ Movie Awards. Rest of the box office, Cold Pursuit in 6th. The Upside, man, look at the Upside. $94 million total. It's going to get to $100 million. What a success story for Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston. This movie was a Weinstein Company film. STX picked it up, and it's going to end up with $100 million. Glass in 8th. It crossed the $100 million mark. The Prodigy in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Best Picture contender Green Book, which is up to $65 million. I put out a blog piece the other day about how Green Book and Universal are following the formula that the Weinstein Company used to do. They used to take their awards contenders and right after the Oscar nominations, go from 4 theaters, boom, expand them nationwide and get tons more money. They did that for years. The Artist, Silver Linings Playbook, August Osage County, The Imitation Game, even Lion a couple years ago. Now Universal picked up on that, and it has helped the total of Green Book greatly. Spider-Man and Aquaman are finally out of the top 10 after a ton of weeks. Aquaman, this is its 9th week. Spider-Man, its 10th week. They had great runs. At the box office, Aquaman not up for any Academy Awards, but Spider-Man is likely your winner for Best Animated Feature. Another new movie that opened up, Fighting With My Family, the WWE movie produced and co-starring The Rock, opened up in 4 theaters, $131,000, great per-screen average of $33,000. It goes nationwide starting this Thursday, going up against How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. I have seen How to Train Your Dragon. I saw it a couple weeks ago. It is a very good finale for this franchise. You want my interview with director Dean DeBlois? The LCJ Q&A episode is on the website, lights-camera-jackson.com. Go to the podcast section for the LCJ Q&A with Dean DeBlois. He said to me, I hope Dragon 3 is nominated next year for the Best Animated Feature Academy Award. Talk about a long way to go. We got a long way to go till then, but he wants it nominated for Best Animated Feature. Has Regis ever hosted the Oscars? No, but Regis has covered the Oscars on the red carpet several times for ABC, and in fact, he's talked about over the years how he was one of the first people to actually go out on a red carpet for a movie premiere and interview the stars before they go in. Way back in the 50s, 60s, he did that for San Diego and local outlets. He was one of the first who actually did that. Joan Rivers credited for Who Are You Wearing? And Regis credited for actually going onto the red carpet and starting this whole process. Pretty amazing. My kids are watching a terrific film called The Fox and the Child, Kate Winslet narrates. Cool. Very cool. So, we're a week away from the Academy Awards. I think Jimmy Kimmel might show up. Queen is supposedly going to open the show. Bette Midler confirmed last night that she is performing the Mary Poppins Returns song, The Place Where Lost Things Go, that is nominated. Emily Blunt is not going to sing it. Julie Andrews is not going to sing it with her. Dick Van Dyke's not coming out. It's Bette Midler. It's because Emily's not nominated, John Krasinski is not nominated for writing A Quiet Place. Those two are going to stay away from the Academy Awards. They got snubbed. They're going to say, you know what? We got better things to do with ourselves and our kids. Bye-bye. Mary Poppins is up for 4 awards. A Quiet Place does have a nomination, but they will not be on the Dolby Theater premises next Sunday, and for good reason. You know what? If you don't nominate us, the strongest power couple right now in Hollywood, sorry, we ain't going to show up. So it's Bette Midler. I hope she'll do a good job with the song. As I put on social media last night, I like Bette Midler, but Emily Blunt would have been better. There's my pun for the day. Regis rocks. Thanks for the facts. Yes, he does rock. Regis is amazing. He is fantastic, and he set the standard for so much going on in television and the entertainment industry, with red carpets, with game shows, with talk shows, celebrity interviews, the unpredictability live factor. That's why I love him so much, and why he's meant so much to me. And I think a lot of people should look to him for how to get into this industry, because he says you got to take advantage of opportunities as soon as you possibly can. And that's what I've done for my life. I've taken advantage of so many cool opportunities. So, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, watch the 2019 LCJ Movie Awards. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope to see you back here next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern as we go through all 24 categories. All of them. What's going to win documentary short? What's going to win sound mixing? What's going to win the screenplay categories, the animated categories, director, the acting, and what is going to win Best Picture of the Year? You'll find all of that out with me as we go through the ballot and help you win your Oscar pool next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Heads up. Normally I do for personal ballot, family ballot things. The tiebreaker is what time the show ends. Not doing that this year because even if the show goes more than 3 hours versus the 3-hour max they wanted, it's so, as I call it, toxic, this situation this year, that I'm not using that as the tiebreaker. So if you need a tiebreaker, what we're doing is the 5 categories, picture and the 4 acting, the most out of those if there's a tie up to then. And if it's still a tie, then you split the money of the jackpot evenly. That's what I'm going to be doing. You may want to take that as well. You may come up with something else. But because of the wacky way the Academy is this year, not doing the normal the exact time the show ends. Dark Horse Oscar picks? Whew. I mean, I'm going to go through all 24 next Sunday. If I had to pick something right now, I've been seeing a lot of people thinking Rachel Weisz. I don't know if I'm going the same way on Rachel Weisz, but a lot of people are taking a chance on her because she won the BAFTA and the Regina King situation. We'll have to see what happens. I'll see you next Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, for another LCJ Live. Enjoy the lead up to Oscar week. Be putting out a lot of content over this week on social media. Lots of cool things. And enjoy the 2019 LCJ Movie Awards tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe and watch the latest video. And I'll see you next Sunday. Bye, everybody. Happy birthday, Larry. Happy birthday, Mater. Take care.